Good morning, Trailblazers. Welcome to the April 5th edition of WDTS. I'm Audrey.
And I'm Rocio.
And we are your news anchors from Miss Noel's 5th grade class.
Please stand for the pledge.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Today's choices for lunch are hamburger on bun or cheese quesadilla or chef's salad. Side items are seasoned green beans, baked potato wedges, assorted fruit cup, or fresh fruit. Miss Kelly reports that first and second graders have read 4,616 AR books so far this year, with only 2 weeks left in our RC program. Miss Kelly is here to talk about important dates and strategies for success.
Okay, good morning, Trailblazers. Yes, I do want to talk a little bit to third, fourth, and fifth graders. These next 2 weeks are very important, and forgive me, but I'm going to use some analogies from basketball. We just finished up March Madness. We're looking at the Final Four for tomorrow, and it's been a long road for these teams. They didn't just make it there overnight. We had our Cinderella team, and we have some Cinderellas at DeSoto Trail too, who have grown tremendous Lexiles this school year, and we want to recognize them at our celebration. So first, let me tell you a few dates and what we're going to do to celebrate your success in reading, because we seem to have some confusion. We are here on the 5th. And the 12th is a red letter day, because by that date, that is when we've set a goal for you to complete your last ever SRI for reading counts. So we want you to do your very, very best there, show what you know. A lot of you already have that very, very high Lexile. So you're just going to show a little bit more growth, and that's great. But we want you to really focus on that test, do a really good job on it. It'll really prepare you well for FCAT. Now, on the 19th, the following Friday, is the deadline. We will never have another reading counts quiz taken at DeSoto Trail. This is it. We will have come full circle. And so when we have our celebration on the 26th, which is our last red letter day here, we are having an Olympic style celebration. So if you could get the camera back over here. A number of students have been asking me, well, how do you get on the how do you get to go on the field trip? How do you get to go in the limousine? And if you recall, we're not doing that this year. This year our theme is champions, and we chose to spend our $2,000. We're probably going to go over a little bit because we have a lot of you who are going to earn trophies and ribbons, but I'm sure PTO will support us. But we chose to spend our $2,000 on trophies and medals. So we are not going anywhere. When you come in on the 26th, you're going to come in by grade levels, and it'll be third grade will have a half an hour, fourth grade will have, and fifth grade has half an hour. And you'll come in, you'll get a nice puffy donut from the Donut Kingdom, compliments of Mr. Walker. He has kindly offered to provide those for you. He wouldn't let me pay for them out of our budget. He wants to champion you with donuts. And you'll have some juice or milk, then you'll come sit down, and then we'll do our ceremony. And first up, we'll go ahead and do our medals. And, we've been looking at points for so many years, and so we're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's an expression that means, we're not going to say that points don't count, because we know that the points represent how much you've read. So we still have, we have our bronze medals for what is it, 125 points, and we have silver medals for 250 points, and we have our golds for 500 points or more. And they all have something on the back of them. Like the gold is exemplary RC reader 2012-13. So I hope many of you will keep these hanging on your bulletin boards for many years to come. We also have, this is when I talked about the Cinderella. Can you pull out a little bit? Okay, thank you. When we talked about the Cinderella team, you know, from Florida that everybody was rooting for, we have some students who started out the year kind of at a certain level in their Lexile ranges, and they grew like 300 or 400 Lexiles in a year, which is astounding. They may not still be, you know, at the point where they're going to get a trophy, but to grow that much when we expect about 100 is really amazing. So they will have an achievement medal. So the medals are great. It represents points. But when we talk about going for the gold, we are talking about the trophies. So when you stand up on that stage and you are presented with one of these trophies, that means that you played that game and you were the national champs. You know, you did it all. So I want to point out to you, remember our chart here. If you are in third grade, your goal is for that trophy is between 700 and 800 or higher Lexile. Fourth grade, 800 to 900 or higher. Fifth grade, 900 to 1,000. We expect every year your Lexile is going to grow. However, we didn't just look at Lexile. We made it challenging, and we said you also had to have 85% success rate on your quizzes. And this separates the true champions at our school from those who, you know, if it happens, it happens. Those of you who really want that trophy, you've been monitoring your success rate on reading counts every week. So if we could move over to this, let's just take a look at these numbers. Now, of course, you've read more books than this, but I just had to make it quick for us. So if you had a student who had 85, they made an 86, a 90, 100, you divide that by 4, they have 90%. So if you're a student who has 90%, you've already made it into the Sweet 16. So, you know, you don't want to take any crazy risks now. You don't want to be reading a ton of books and, you know, passing some of them and failing some of them. You want to just kind of hold steady, you know, like the guys who are, you know, they stay away from the paint there and they're just dribbling that ball, slowing the game down, you know, if they've got that lead. So you do the same thing. You've already met a great goal. So don't try to read a ton of books and fail some. Choose books wisely, read them slowly and carefully. Now, here's what might happen if you had that 85, 86, 90, 100, and then you were careless and you got 2 zeros. You failed 2 quizzes, it brings you down to 60%. And to try to get that 60% back again is hard. So you don't want to take any risks. So here's someone now, and we have a lot of kids in this category that might have an 80, 84, 82. You've got an 82%. You are so close to 85. Here's what this person would need to do. 100 on a quiz would bump them into that range. They'd be at 87. One quiz. But if you don't know it, if you're not watching it, you might lose that opportunity. So why would you lose the opportunity to be a national champ, you know, at DeSoto Trail? Check your progress. You've got 2 weeks to be doing this. Check your progress, you know, consistently, so that by the 19th, those of you who, you know, can reach that, have the high Lexile, but also have that 85%. So, and with that, I just want to remind you that this celebration will be, you know, a great thing. We're not going off campus, but we're going to celebrate our champions, and we look forward to doing that. Thank you.
Next Wednesday is our last Kids Talk of the year. What was your favorite SSYRA book? Join us to talk about it.
Thanks to Miss Stoll's class for providing interesting facts about Duke Ellington this week. Here are a few questions. Duke Ellington was a famous African American
athlete, writer, or musician.
Okay.
Correct.
2. Duke Ellington was nicknamed
Ragtime Reggie, Jazz King, or Darling Duke. Correct.
3. A famous quote from Duke Ellington is, "Gray skies are just clouds passing over." What does he mean?
Hard times won't last long. Don't let them get you down. Sometimes it rains. Sometime the sun shines. Play the piano and you'll feel better.
Hard times won't last long. Don't let them get you down.
Yeah.
Correct.
4. After Duke performed an amazing show in 1956, people became interested in
Opera, jazz, rock and roll.
Jazz.
Correct.
5. Duke Ellington received 13 blanks over his career.
Nobel Peace Prizes, Grammy Awards, or Pulitzer Prizes.
It was Grammys.
Grammy
Okay.
Awards. Correct.
Very good. Good job.
Okay.
Those questions.
Here's Miss Keltner and Dr. Poole.
Good morning, Trailblazers. Happy Friday.
Yay,
Woo! We did. And guess what? I got some good news for you today.
Good.
We have 2 birthdays, and that's Laura Seaside and Aaron Lord. And then on tomorrow, we have a little pre-care. I do believe it's Ibrahim Al-Jadali. All right, okay, I got that one. Then on Sunday, we have 2. That's Matthew Carpenter and Gracie Kincaid. Happy birthday, and come on down to the front office.
Very good, very good. All right, we don't have star students today. Miss Burnell's not here, but I got a message that we do have a star student that needs to be recognized. So when I call your name, come on down to the front office. I have a special treat for you. Maya Zwydorf in Miss Ferris's class. She heard that Miss Evans' class had some fruit snacks taken out of their room, so she brought her on her own 2 big boxes for them. So that was very kind. Do we know what star that would be? Acting responsibly, A. Very good, Maya. So come on down to the front office, and I've got something special for you. A reminder, we've got a parents' performance of our first grade play coming up in about 10 minutes or so. And also, if you have any last-minute donations for our homeless veterans stand-down this weekend, please bring them to the front office by 11 o'clock. We do have a representative coming to pick those up around lunchtime, so I'd like to have those in ready to go by that time. Next week, we've got another busy week coming up. We've got a PTO social Tuesday night at El Jalisco. Hey, Maya, come on in. And then we have, Kids Talk on Wednesday. And the next Friday, find your favorite hat. Excuse me, frog in my throat. For our Relay for Life team, we'll be taking donations so you can wear a hat next Friday. I think I'm going to find a fun, funky hat for next Friday. It'll be fun. All right.
Look at my little wardrobe and see what I've got.
There you go. Quickly, to continue on our Poetry Month, we are definitely in the animal theme. This one's called Mammalbilia. Did I pronounce that? Mammalbilia. And I want you to, I'm going to read one poem to you and tell you what the animal is, but then I'm going to read one to you and you have to tell me if you can tell me what the animal is, if I can get to that page. Okay. The coyote. I prowl, I growl, my howl is throaty. I love a vowel, for I am a coyote. Now, let's see if you can figure out what this animal is. Wood chopper, tree dropper, tail flopper, stream stopper. A beaver! Yay! Very good. And this is a delightful book with great artistic characteristics in here of the pictures and the animals. So it's by Douglas Florian, Mammalbilia. There we go. So we hope you enjoy this book. Come check it out from the Media Center. All right. I think that's all we have for today, Miss Poole. All right. We're going to send it on back to the news team.
Have a good day and go
for the gold. Bye.